Aliens, are they real? I don't know, but a former head of the Israeli space program says so. Let's find out. Hi, I'm Tommy C, and this is Shot for the Point News. Did you know that aliens exist? I'm here with my Shot for the Point News team, Vault Zenithus, Gamer J, Lee, and Freak. How you doing, fellas?
Aliens are real, man.
Really happy now.
Yeah, are you really happy? You remind me of that guy and that girl that went on top of the building to celebrate the aliens in ID4, and they're like, here! And they devastate the building.
Yeah.
I don't know why everybody's excited about this. If it's true, I'm not there yet.
It's exciting, but it's also terrifying.
You know, it does seem that governments in general, I would say even in the last 10 years, but the last two, especially the United States government, they seem to be more and more comfortable with letting pilots and suggesting that they've been in some kind of contact. Just a couple months ago, the United States government said they may have a piece of a craft not of this earth. So I feel like we're slowly getting rolled into it. I've never been a strong alien believer. Too many kooky folks in that crowd, but former Israeli Space Secretary Chief says aliens exist. Humanity not ready. This galactic federation was supposedly been in contact with Israel and the U.S. for years, but are keeping themselves a secret to prevent hysteria until humanity is ready. Is ready. You know, I think the biggest problem with this is, and this would go for Judaism, Islam, and Christianity, and probably a couple other religions I'm not familiar with. Most of those religions teach that that it's just us, that we're God's little experiment. And since the Bible, the Quran, and the Old Testament are the truth, we're the aliens, God. What's going on with that?
Yeah.
That's why I think
I know in some religions, like
what?
They are being more open to expecting
the spaghetti monster religion. I don't know.
Yeah, well, that's one.
Scientology. The one that Dankula just covered recently. Yeah, what were they called? Heaven's Gate. Heaven's Gate was really open to it. Yeah. Okay.
Heaven's really open to it.
The members of Heaven's Gate are more than ready for this, according to retired Israeli general and current professor. I'm gonna try to get this right. Aham Eshed. Eshed. We'll call him Mr. E. The answer is yes, but being kept a secret because humanity isn't ready. Speaking in an interview to another Yiddish word, maybe not Yiddish. Yiddish is a dialect. What's the other language, Vault? Help me with this. What do they speak in Israel? They speak English and
Israeli. I don't know.
No, they don't speak Israeli. What do you think they speak?
I don't know.
Arabic.
Yep. Oh, guys, there's no help. No help at all. A shed who served.
I don't know what you expect.
Yeah, I know. Look at you guys.
Hebrew.
Excuse me. Hebrew name. What the heck happened? The aliens don't want me to see this. Who served the head of Israeli space program for 30 years, and 3-time recipient of the Israeli Security Award. Well, they should be taken back. Explained that Israel and the U.S. have both been dealing with aliens for years. And this by no means refers to immigrants, with Shed clarifying the existence of a galactic federation. Super, but we're not a part of that. The 87-year-old former space security chief gave further descriptions about exactly what sort of agreements have been made between the aliens and the U.S., which have been made because they wish to research and understand the fabric of the universe. The cooperation includes a secret underground base on Mars, where there are American and alien representatives. Did this guy just go Thomas Edison?
That sounds crazy.
I was just say, well, Elon Musk will find him.
Yeah. Well, Elon Musk's gonna trip over this. So we have a base on Mars. There's a video game I used to play called Battlezone, and Battlezone was based on an old '80s arcade game. And the idea is the Russians, Soviets, and the United States had already been to the moon and beyond, like other planets, and because they found some kind of technology that allowed them to do that, but they kept it secret. And we fought the Cold War on Earth, but on the moon and Mars and all sorts of other planets, we were actually in full-scale warfare.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
So who knows that?
It's kind of like Mars Attacks too.
Yeah,
when you
it
think
took
about
place like in the 70s, you know. It was so
Yeah.
it was a really awesome concept. Like, you know, everything they had the Cold War on Earth and an actual war on the moon and Mars and other planets and planetoids, whatever if I remember correctly. Or alien representatives. If true, this would coincide with President Donald Trump's creation of Space Force as a fifth brand of the U.S. Armed Forces, though it is unclear in how long this sort of relationship, if any, has been going on between the U.S. and its reported extraterrestrial allies. But Shedd insists that Trump is aware of them and that he was on the verge of disclosing their existence. However, the Galactic Federation supposedly stopped him from doing so. This is too bizarre. And this is Jerusalem Post. This is not this is not the World Weekly News here. God, holy Christmas. Stopped saying that they wish to prevent mass hysteria since they felt humanity needed to evolve to reach a stage where we will understand what space and spaceships are. The Hebrew word reported. I can't say that. There's just no way of happening. As for why he's chosen to reveal this information now, Shedd explained that the timing was simply due to how much of the academic landscape has changed and how respected he is in academia. Also, the way he's looking at it is he went up the ladder, so he's in a position to say this. Or you went crazy. One of the two. You're crazy. It's not impossible. Yeah. If it had come up with what I'm saying 5 years ago, I would have been hospitalized.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Yeah. Don't count all your.
You should be hospitalized now.
Don't count all your chickens before you hatch. And because here's the thing: let's say you're telling the truth, Ashid. Let's pretend they might still do it. They might still. You're 87 years old. Oh, Grandpa Ashid got a little old. It's okay. We still love him. Here's your white coat. He added today, we are really talking differently. There is some truth in that. We've heard stuff on Rogan. We've had Air Force pilots. Again, the United States government recently came forward and said that, yeah, we might have something. In 2010, the British Air Force let all their UFO documents out. A lot of
we let it pretty much all of them out.
Yeah, and most of them were the stuff we had heard, like on Unsolved Mysteries. Like we saw something, we engaged it, it flew away. I do remember a UFO incident happening just after 9/11, where something flew over the White House and they scrambled 2 jets and they couldn't catch up with it. So, you know, there is that end of it. Maybe that's why he's coming forward, and maybe he's cuckoo. I received many degrees of awards. I'm respected in universities abroad, where the trend is also changing. I'm respected. There's aliens.
Yeah, sounds like one of those guys.
She provided
He
more
sounds like the
information.
type of guy that would have gone to Area 51.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, maybe that's the place. It's still I don't know anybody that was over there when I was in the military. She provided information on his newest book, The Universe Beyond the Horizon, conversations with Professor Aham Ashid, along with other details such as how aliens perfected nuclear apocalypses. When we can jump in and visit the Men in Black. The book is available for NIS 98, whatever that is. While unclear if any evidence exists that could support Ashid's claim, they did come up ahead of a recent announcement by Space IL, the group behind the Israelis' failed attempt to land a spacecraft on the moon in 2019. You know, I am so proud of my government, the American. We're the only guys. You know, Russians end up killing a bunch of astronauts or cosmonauts trying to get out there. We're the only people that will be able to pull it off. Eat that, commies. That is.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I really don't. I'm at the point where I dismissed all UFO stuff, even when I was interested in ghost stuff 20 years ago. And it had a lot to do with, I'll give you an example. I used to be friendly with a ghost hunter named Troy Taylor, who's probably the most skeptical guy in that field, if it is such a thing. And he told me he stopped selling UFO books on his website, prairieghost.com, if it's still there, because the UFO crowd was just too weird. He would just get too many weirdos calling him. I don't know. I was calling him all the time. I don't know why he didn't get a problem with that. But, yeah, it said it brought a strange element. And I did notice that when I would be around, not all UFO people, but the hardcore, they were difficult people to be around. So, and wackos believing in this is not indicative of this being true or not, but it definitely did make me more skeptical. People probably say, well, why'd you follow ghosts then? I got to be honest with you, I found those people a little more skeptical and sane. That was just
which is surprising.
Yeah, that it was kind of surprising. But I did. I found there was plenty of wackos and charlatans, but it is. But I really wonder about this. I remember when I tried to start a website covering this kind of stuff that looked like the Drudge Report back in 2010, and I remember the British, and we have guys going on Joe Rogan. I am starting to wonder if maybe it's not as clear as we have a space base on Mars. But I do wonder if NASA is aware of something, but maybe not has contacted it or really figured out the phenomenon. Pretty good chance the spacecraft, almost no chance we can communicate on any kind of serious level. Because one of the things, I kind of liked ID4 and that movie Signs. We went for this stage of the 1950s pop culture aliens trying to take over the Earth. And then it was the aliens were our friends, like in the 70s and 80s. And then the 90s kind of revisited the 50s, and the aliens are trying to get us again. Signs came out by M. Night Shyamalan. I think the odds, if you can base it by world history, if you have a society that is so much more advanced that comes up upon another society, the advanced one tends to take over. And that's frightening. I can't imagine them seeing us as anything more than ants to step on, or at least, whoops. If they are real, if they are real, then they haven't done it yet. So, what does that tell you?
It's either good news or bad news.
Keemstar believes humanity is ready. Real Donald Trump, FBI, DHS, bonus CIA. Department of Defense. We need to know. It's time to start dreaming and grow up to join the U.S. Space Force. Oh, Keem's
Hoorah.
Hoorah.
Dreams do come true.
Heck yeah. One of the weirdest guys I know. Good guy, though. Extraterrestrial life 100% exists. It's arrogant to assume that Earth is the only planet of existence. It's also arrogant to assume they can get here. I don't think anybody disagrees with that. Who knows if they can get here. With life, there are quadrillions of planets. Clearly, heck yes, don't. I'm not going into his stuff.
Good on him.
Well, yeah, I think there's another problem with the all right. There's life on other planets. I think they found amoeba type life on Mars, if not a planet.
It was like a bacteria.
Yeah, okay. Can you get is there other life out there like us, with an M-class planet that can? And is time travel? Probably would have to know a little bit about that. Is space travel possible? That would be the other thing. But boy, man, you can see all these UFO
it's just
videos.
Mostly theories at the moment.
It's
like
not.
Some are talking about wormholes. And
I
folding
don't
space
know.
and time and all that. It's like
Who knows? All right, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks, team. See you around.